So, I'm like cleaning out the garage.
Yeah.
So we can eventually have a room for the podcast. So I'm like clearing stuff out. Not in the
and
garage.
I keep
We're going to
adding stuff
record
to the garage.
You keep it. We're going to record in a room. So I'm clearing out the room. And I found an Annabelle doll in the garage.
Shut the fuck up.
It's not the exact...
You're not supposed to tell me that the second I take a bite of a donut.
Yeah, she's eating a powdered donut because it's a post-pod and we talk.
Hey guys, I'm on GLP-1s and I'm eating a powdered donut.
Okay, first of
Everything is great.
Welcome to the post-pod. Behind this is Kiki and that's Jessica.
Thank you.
That's Jessie eating her donut. And this is Two Girls, One Haircut behind the pod.
Welcome.
And I'm cleaning out the garage and I found the creepiest doll. It was in a box that was labeled like a fan. Like a portable fan. And I pulled the box down and I opened it and I'm like, dear God, the biggest jump scare I've ever had in my life. I was so traumatized.
Whose doll is it?
I don't know. It's like, maybe it was like one of our grandma or great grandmas, and mom's like, that's what they were like back then. I'm like, creepy? She's like, no. And I'm like weird and like off-putting.
Cracked and demonic.
And I'm like, you don't want it. I want to donate it. And she's like, it's probably really expensive. I'm like, that doesn't mean that we should keep it.
I mean, if it's really expensive, we should sell it.
And now I'm like...
And put it into the pot.
Is it protecting us or is it harming us? Like, is it bringing us good juju because it's scaring everything else off with its creepy energy? Or should I get rid of it?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Getting
tough.
rid of it feels like it might bring on more bad stuff.
Yeah, I know. So it's still in the garage. I haven't gotten rid of it yet.
I'm a little afraid to see it.
It's not creepy like Annabelle. It's just creepy because it's a doll and it's big. It's big.
Like define big. Like 2.5 feet?
Yeah, at least.
Wow.
Yeah, it's creepy. Okay.
I really want to know whose it belonged to, though.
It was like, I think it was like a grandma Haas's or something. I don't know. Okay, so I have mentioned before that I have a friend who has a podcast. And it's WTF Were We Thinking?
Yeah.
That's the name of the pod.
What the fuck were we thinking?
Yeah, but they don't write out what the fuck.
I know. I just wanted to say what the fuck.
I know. And it's Peyton and Mel. Peyton's my friend.
Okay.
And they like host together. And so she gave us a shout out on her pod. And I was like, I was like so excited. And she was like, oh, it's...
And we didn't pay for it.
No, we didn't. Don't get any ideas. Ain't paying for it. and so, but I have to tell you something. She gives us a shout out and she's explaining to Mel what our podcast is.
Yeah.
And she was like, oh, and it's the image. And she kind of like shows her the image or whatever. She's like, oh, I think I saw that like when I was posting on Instagram. And she's like, yeah. And she's like, I think you'd really enjoy it. They're really funny, whatever. And she's describing us. And she described us as having a Karen haircut. Have you ever heard of that? Oh, God, Binky.
Oh, my God, his face was like...
Binky, have you heard of that? Okay, so I'm going to explain. I thought this was hilarious. And she's like, I hope this doesn't offend her. It does not offend me. I'm not offended.
Yeah, but I'm fucking offended.
No, you shouldn't be. It's hilarious. So a Karen haircut. This is what I looked it up. This is one of the things I Googled, but I couldn't tell you what I Googled because I didn't want to spoil it for later.
Okay.
I looked it up. What is a Karen haircut? And it says, a Karen haircut typically described as an asymmetrical angled bob with long choppy bangs and shorter stacked layers in the back. Which is, ours is softer than that. It's not edgy. Like, they kind of, like, just to get technical, they describe it more as like an edgy bob, and ours is very, like, swoopy soft. But, and it's associated with a Karen meme on the internet, and it's often referred to as a "can I speak to your manager" haircut.
Oh my God.
Symbolizing a stereotype of an entitled, demanding, middle-aged woman.
Oh my God.
We're middle-aged.
I mean, she's not wrong.
She's so right.
That's what's bothering me so much now.
She says it just to describe like our hair because it's like Two Girls, One Haircut. And she's like, the haircut's the same. And she's like, yeah, they have like a short, but it's like, I would say we have a short blonde, longer version of a pixie cut with a swoopy bang. And she's explaining it to Mel, and she's like, she's not a Karen though, but it's a Karen haircut. I feel so like dumb that I've never heard that.
I have literally never heard that term.
Now I'm like, maybe people walk around thinking I'm a total Karen. And then it made me laugh because you're a Jessica, which is like the new Karen.
Yeah. Jessica will fuck you up.
She will.
Which is like...
when you call her a Karen. I think
I'm most offended by the fact that it seems accurate.
You're like, how dare they be completely 1000% accurate about me? I can't believe that. I've been waiting to tell you that.
I have never heard this term, and I'm really traumatized by the fact that this seems so...
I think it's hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing.
Oh my gosh.
You're fine.
I'm not. I mean, I'm
Get it together.
I'm gonna spiral and think about this all day.
No, you're fine. It's really fine. It's fine.
Do you want to talk about what happened on TikTok this week?
Oh, God. I made TikTok so mad.
You pissed it off.
I pissed off the internet hard.
I mean, like, hard.
So I'm on TikTok. You're not. It's really hard. And everyone's like, you know, they're always talking about what you need to do and posting clips and all kinds of stuff. And so they tell you to like repost content you've already posted and like alter it or alter tags just to find like what works for you. And so we have a clip, if you've listened to previous pods, where we joke about global warming needs a rebrand. Mm-hmm. And if you told men that it caused erectile dysfunction
and made their dick smaller
and
that droopy balls,
they would, that they would
get
care
behind this,
and they would have solved it by now. And so, but at the end of that clip, it's just you saying you got a tiny dick and droopy balls and it's all thanks to global warming. You're welcome. It's like 7 seconds. That's it. And I just posted that. And I put on the like cover. I was like, global warming rebrand. And I made the internet so mad. I had 11,000 views and like over 150 negative comments. I mean, like, you suck hard. Like, they're so mad at me about it.
I mean, one is I thought it was hysterical because I'm like, I mean, really, now we know that if you follow us or like us on TikTok, you either have a big dick or big dick energy.
I feel like they called themselves out. Like, all the guys that were really upset about it, I want to be like, I didn't say your dick was tiny.
Yeah. You're like, but apparently it is.
But I guess it is, and you're sensitive about it. And you just called yourself out. So, yeah, I'm going to tell you some of the comments.
Oh, okay. All right.
One of my favorite was they should make podcast equipment more expensive.
Joke's on you. This was already financially irresponsible.
Here's the problem. Every mean comment, I'm kind of like Taylor Swift's like Actually Sweet song. Mm-hmm. And I think that you're like hitting on me a little bit. And you're like low-key in love with me. Because I'm like, oh, does that mean you think we sound really good and professional? Because we're using like podcast equipment? Oh my God.
Wow.
Like, oh my God. Someone put a meme saying my dog speaks more eloquently. We're like, bring your dog on the pod. We could use some extra help.
Cheers to Hamilton.
Some guy went to my account, found a video that had no views. I mean, I've only been on TikTok for 2 weeks, people. Calm down. And he wrote, 1 view is actually sad. But it totally backfired because he commented and viewed it.
And then other people did too.
It's blown up now. And it's like everyone's viewed it now. And I'm like, and so I sent him a heart and said, thanks for the view. Heart.
Like, love you too.
I'm like, you're kind of my favorite. I'm like totally into you now. I'm like, thanks, babe. But like, also, I found this new thing on, well, it's not new. It's been on TikTok. But it's called the STEM tab.
Okay.
And it's like science, technology, STEM.
Okay. Gotcha.
And it's all things with like STEM. Mm-hmm. So it's people telling you interesting stuff and like educating you.
Okay.
And I really want you to get on, have your own, and do public health STEM.
Oh, okay.
Like if I buy you like a ring light and a phone mount, will you do it? Can I start you a TikTok?
Sure.
Because it's just people.
You told me the other day I wasn't allowed on TikTok because of my mental health.
You're not allowed on our TikTok. You can't see all the. My husband's like, I don't think Jessica can get on your TikTok because her mental health will decline. You don't need to see all the incels posting mean things about us because. And you know what I will say though. I give them credit because you can tell I grew up in the 90s because I was just waiting for someone to be like, you're a fat, stupid bitch. And not one person did it.
Aww.
Not one person said it. And I was like, look how far we've come. We've come so far,
We're
you guys.
just stupid bitches. We're not fat, stupid bitches.
We're not fat. You've come so far. I was so proud of incel men. I'm like, look at you making better choices.
Look at you using your words.
Look at you saying other things about me than my weight. Good job.
Aww.
But I will get you that. And I want you to go on because like you always tell me stuff.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting things like about like how measles, like how it wipes your immune system of like all, like how would you describe it? Like,
yeah. So what measles does, anybody who gets it, right? Not the vaccine, but
like anyone who gets measles.
Yeah, if you get
straight
measles
out.
In the wild, right? And this is where the biggest thing is.
Is that different than domestic measles?
Wild measles versus domestic. Yep, 100%. And this is the thing that I think is most interesting about it because you can survive measles, right? But one of the things that, like, by overcoming measles, what happens is it actually wipes out your body's natural immunity for anything that you've already built up a natural immune defense to.
Yeah.
And so basically it's like clearing the board and starting from scratch. So if you got the flu, if you got a cold, anything that you have been exposed to before and built up some natural immunity to, it starts you back at zero.
Because it would basically be like you've had the flu or COVID or whatever, and you're not likely to get that again or as bad because you've had it and your body already knows how to fight it, but it takes everything away.
Yeah. And so any of your, like, if you've had vaccines, if you've had illnesses, if you've had viruses, it literally starts you back at zero. And so a lot of times it's the secondary post complications
of measles
that take people out.
Which is why I'm like, this is stuff that nobody talks about or explains to people. When people want to get pissy about measles or like giving their kids a shot for it or anything, and they're like, oh, it's like measles is becoming a problem again, and they're like, well, what's the big deal? We can survive it. And I'm like, no one's explaining to you the real problem.
Yeah, it's not that you can't survive measles, it's that
you're probably gonna die from something else from it.
Literally.
Yeah. Like, you want to risk getting COVID again? You want to risk getting this again? You want to like,
oh, what about RSV?
Oh, I mean,
you want to,
so I feel like
something like
I
that.
feel like you would really do good on that, because you could spend like a minute and just like explain basic things to people, public health related. But you need to get on TikTok just to look at the STEM tab, because that's all I do now.
Oh, okay.
But like, TikTok has this thing where like they're super geniuses and they tell you that I used to just go on, I would post and I would bail like instantly. I'm like, I ain't gonna do this. I'm not getting involved. I can't engage with TikTok. This is insane. And then I find out that it thinks you're a bot.
If you don't
engage
have some kind of
or you don't do anything, it's like, you're a bot. We're not going to promote your stuff. You're not real. So now they're like, it's like an evil genius TikTok logic. They're like, you know how we're going to make people engage? There's no way anyone will see their stuff if they don't engage. And I'm like, you're so smart. So now I have to go on and I have to find people and engage. But STEM really helped me with that, because I do the STEM tab all the time. But I'm like, now I have to go on and I have to actually participate in the world of TikTok and have incels get mad at me. Which is fine. It's like, I wanted to be trolled. I just didn't think it would happen. I didn't know it was going to be the ketchup effect.
What's the ketchup effect?
Where it's like you're trying to get the ketchup out of the bottle and then it all hits at once.
Oh.
I didn't know it was going to be the ketchup effect of trolls. Like, nothing and then
everything.
And then like 15,000 views later, I had upset every incel on the internet by telling them they had a tiny dick. I'm like, if you read it, I said it was global warming's fault. I didn't like.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's a reason you have a tiny dick, and it belongs to global warming.
One guy was like, I thought it was the cortisol levels in my body. Nice to know. And I'm like, that's funny. I'm like, yeah. But people were pretty upset.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Also, do you want to like talk about how this past Friday after dinner, like, that you made Dad listen to the first Behind the Pod because he hasn't listened to any of them?
Oh.
And you were like, I'm going to force you to listen to one.
Oh, well, no, he had listened. So we go to dinner and he was like, I was like, so you've listened to our episodes that launch on Wednesday and then Behind the Pod is on Friday. And he's like, I haven't listened to any of your Behind the Pods. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what? And he's like, well, I don't see the point. He's like, I listened to the episode. Why would I listen to the Behind the Pod? And I'm like,
and we're like, well, it's where we talk about like what we just talked about, like where we're kind of judging ourselves and critiquing ourselves. And he's like, yeah, why would I?
He goes, yeah, you just talked about it. Why would I listen? And I'm like, well, sometimes there's different content. Like, we're a little more freeform. We don't worry as much.
We're most of the time making fun of ourselves.
We're making fun of ourselves. We'll tell you some stuff that like we probably wouldn't have maybe mentioned in the regular pod.
The idea is behind the scenes, right?
Yeah, like you get to have a little more of a conversation with us.
Yeah.
And he's like, why would I at all? And I'm like, if I can't get my dad to obligatory listen to the Behind the Pod, what are we doing?
Also, I want to say how proud I am because our last episode that dropped this week had something like how many views? Which I know like for...
Or listens, you mean streams?
Yeah, streams.
Oh, like over 70 something.
Yeah.
Which actually we're in the 80s already.
Okay. Which I know for like a really big...
Oh, that's like
long
nothing. That's
running
sad.
pod that is... extremely sad and pathetic.
Imagine you launched like 3 weeks ago or 2 weeks ago.
I was so excited because I was like, you and I had said that it's been such a busy week. We hadn't even streamed our own episode.
No, we haven't.
And that our mom can't listen to it 74 times. So
no.
we're like, that means at least 2 other people probably like split that up with her.
Maybe 3.
Yeah.
3 other people might have listened.
Yes, exactly.
I think that's promising.
Yeah, that felt like a really big deal. I'm like,
yeah, we're over, like today when I looked, we were over 350 total streams.
do you know what I want to do? I saw this, you've probably heard this before, but it's like you take a jar and then every time something like great
put something
happens,
good in it?
you put it, but I think we should do it for
the
like
pod. I
where it's
agree.
like pod specific, and then we can look back at the end of the year and be like, oh, remember when we had 74 streams? We only had 50 this week.
Remember when that was the peak of our podcast?
Yeah, remember when it was so good and then everybody stopped
And
listening?
then it just got worse. That was so good times. Good times.
Oh,
we should have quit then.
Miss those days.
I've had a lot of people say to me, "Oh, I did a podcast once and I only recorded 1 episode." I'm like, "So we're doing better than most."
But you know what? Like, I feel like in getting into this and stuff, like into multiple recordings and how you have to like plan and be intentional, and
yeah.
obviously like finding our vibe and stuff like that, because you know, like I said, we really did like shit the bed last week.
Well, we overly planned.
We did,
and we talked too much beforehand, and
I didn't
then
realize like actually planning what we were talking about would
was gonna
screw
be
us
a
up,
detriment,
right? Like, how
yeah.
would that be a bad thing? No,
it usually does better if we plan separately and we write down the things we want to talk about,
but we don't actually
pre-discuss it because we pre-discussed it in our original planning conversation. Was hilarious and we were having so much fun, and then we went to talk about it on the pod and we're like wah, wah. So bad.
But I think we should do that. I think we should like get a jar and put things in it and be
that.
like, you know,
I'm there for
and
that.
like celebrate our successes,
And then-
because we'll look back and be like,
We could do like a
yeah.
New Year's special.
Oh, where we
pull
like
it out
read them all.
and we read them, and then we talk about how sad it still is that we only have 70 listens. And we could be like, for our last podcast ever.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
I think that's. Yeah, I feel good.
I feel good about it too.
So we're here. We're still here. You can listen. You know, please give us a listen.
Yeah, and listen to the Behind the Pod, unlike our dad.
I mean, if you don't listen to Behind the Pod, you'll never hear us say that, and then you'll never listen.
Also, we might
Preaching to the choir.
We might sit you down and force you to listen.
Yeah, I made him do it in front of me, and then it was one where I just made fun of him for like 10 minutes straight, and I was like, this is probably not the best one to make him listen to.
That feels right, though.
Yeah, that does. He continues to be our biggest troll.
All right, this is Jessie.
And this is Kiki.
And this is 2 Girls, 1 Haircut.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, this is Jessie. Real quick, before you go, if you aren't doing this already, please don't forget to follow us, rate us, and leave us a review. You can find us on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, and iHeartRadio. But 5 stars only, because really, who needs that kind of negativity in their life? And if you've made it this far, you're basically family. So let's act like it and share the episode. Okay, bye.